Imagine breaking into a tomb sealed for thousands of years, expecting untold riches. Instead, you find a warning promising a horrible death to any who disturb the pharaoh's eternal sleep. That is precisely what happened when Howard Carter's team entered Tutankhamun's burial chamber. This legendary curse supposedly unleashed a wave of mysterious fatalities among the expedition members. We are going to declassify the archives and analyze the so-called supernatural events. You will discover the truth behind the strange illnesses and the eerie coincidences that followed the tomb's discovery. This story blends ancient magic with modern science in a truly baffling way. The real mystery is whether a curse can genuinely reach across millennia. After countless years of relentless searching through the scorching sands of the Valley of the Kings, Howard Carter's team made a breathtaking discovery. They finally uncovered the entrance to Tutankhamun's long-lost tomb, sealed for over 3 millennia. Inside, they found a staggering hoard of golden artifacts and ancient treasures that defied imagination. Yet, near the doorway, a chilling inscription served as a grim warning to all who entered. It promised a swift and terrible death to anyone daring to disturb the pharaoh's eternal slumber. Little did they know, this curse would soon manifest in ways nobody could have predicted. The atmosphere inside the tomb felt heavy with history and something more sinister. As they ventured deeper, each chamber revealed more wonders and more mysteries. Howard Carter himself described a sense of being watched by unseen eyes. Meanwhile, the world outside buzzed with excitement and speculation about the find. However, the initial joy would quickly turn to dread as strange occurrences began. Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's wealthy backer, fell ill with a mysterious fever mere months after the opening. His condition worsened rapidly, baffling doctors who could not pinpoint the cause. Then, at the exact moment of his death, lights reportedly flickered out across Cairo. This eerie coincidence fueled rumors that the pharaoh's curse had been unleashed. Newspapers worldwide sensationalized the story, dubbing it the Curse of the Pharaohs. Over the next several years, multiple members of the excavation team met untimely ends. An archaeologist named Arthur Mace died from a sudden infection that doctors struggled to explain. Another, George J. Gould, succumbed to a fever after visiting the tomb briefly. Even Howard Carter's personal secretary, Richard Bethel, passed away under suspicious circumstances. Each death seemed to follow a pattern linked to the tomb's discovery. Scientists later proposed that ancient pathogens might have been trapped inside the sealed chambers. They suggested bacteria or fungi could have survived for centuries, causing lethal infections. Some theories pointed to toxic mold growth on the artifacts or walls. Others wondered about radioactive materials possibly used in burial rituals. However, not every death aligned neatly with these biological explanations. What makes this even more fascinating is the psychological dimension of the curse. Many believe that the power of suggestion played a crucial role in these events. Once people heard about the curse, they expected misfortune, which may have influenced their health. Statistical analyses show that the death rate among the team was not abnormally high. Yet the specific timing and nature of these fatalities keep the legend alive. Beyond Tutankhamun's tomb, similar curses appear in other Egyptian burial sites. Inscriptions in several pyramids warn intruders of divine retribution. For instance, one text reads, "Great evil will befall those who break this seal." These messages were likely intended to deter grave robbers in ancient times. Interestingly, many who ignored these warnings did experience strange misfortunes. Modern archaeologists have documented cases where excavators fell ill after opening sealed sarcophagi. Some reported vivid nightmares or unexplained illnesses that lasted for years. These stories contribute to the enduring mythos of the pharaoh's wrath. Meanwhile, alternative theories explore cultural and symbolic interpretations of the curse. Perhaps the ancient Egyptians believed in magical protections for their dead. They might have used psychological warfare to protect their treasures. Another idea is that the curses were a form of early security system. By inscribing threats, they hoped to scare away potential looters. In reality, the tombs were often robbed shortly after burial anyway. So why does the curse of Tutankhamun stand out so prominently? Part of it stems from the dramatic way the story unfolded in the modern era. The 1920s were a time of global media expansion, allowing news to spread rapidly. Lord Carnarvon's high-profile status added to the sensationalism. His death became a cornerstone of the curse narrative, blending fact with folklore. Additionally, Howard Carter's own experiences added layers to the mystery. He claimed to have felt a presence in the tomb long after the excavation. Despite outliving many of his colleagues, he spoke of strange dreams and omens. His diaries reveal a man torn between scientific curiosity and superstitious fear. This personal conflict makes the story deeply human and relatable. Scientists have conducted numerous studies to debunk or explain the curse phenomena. They examined the tomb's air quality, finding high levels of dust and mold spores. Some researchers proposed that bat guano or other organic matter produced toxic gases. However, these factors alone cannot account for all the reported incidents. For example, how do we explain the simultaneous power outage in Cairo? That particular event remains one of the most debated aspects of the curse. Skeptics argue it was a mere coincidence or an urban legend. Yet, eyewitness accounts from that night describe a city plunged into darkness. This kind of inexplicable detail keeps the mystery tantalizing for enthusiasts. Furthermore, the curse's impact extended beyond the original expedition members. Journalists who covered the story sometimes claimed to experience bad luck. One photographer died suddenly after developing pictures from the tomb. Another writer reported losing all his notes in a mysterious fire. These ancillary stories amplify the perception of a widespread supernatural force. In recent decades, advances in science have offered new insights into the curse. Forensic analyses of mummies revealed potential allergens and pathogens. Some studies suggested that ancient embalming materials could release harmful chemicals. However, no single theory provides a definitive answer to all the mysteries. This lack of closure is what makes the Curse of the Pharaohs so enduring. It lives on in books, films, and popular culture as a symbol of ancient power. People are drawn to stories that challenge our understanding of reality. The curse represents a clash between ancient beliefs and modern rationality. It forces us to question whether some forces lie beyond scientific explanation. As we reflect on these events, consider the human desire to find patterns in chaos. We naturally seek causes for effects, especially when faced with the unknown. The Curse of the Pharaohs taps into deep-seated fears about death and the afterlife. It reminds us that history is not just about facts, but also about the stories we tell. Ultimately, whether the curse was real or not, its legacy is undeniable. It has inspired generations of explorers and researchers to delve into Egypt's past. The mysteries surrounding Tutankhamun's tomb continue to captivate us today. They encourage a sense of wonder and humility in the face of ancient civilizations. So the next time you hear about a historical curse, remember this tale. It blends archaeology, psychology, and folklore into a compelling narrative. And perhaps that is the true magic of the Pharaoh's curse. It makes history come alive. So here we stand, caught between ancient warnings and modern scientific explanations, a true paradox of human history. This story powerfully reminds us that some mysteries stubbornly refuse to be neatly solved by logic alone. Its legacy continues today, influencing how we approach sacred sites and respect cultural beliefs worldwide. Please share your personal thoughts on this enduring enigma down in the comments section below. Could it be that some ancient forces genuinely operate beyond our current understanding of reality?